Hello? No, yeah, I would like to report a crime. No, I understand that y'all just hung up and told me that that wasn't a crime, but it should be a crime, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. No, these niggas are criminally underrated. That's what the crime is. They're criminally underrated. That's. Hello? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Q back with another video, man. And if you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Q, and I do music reviews, I do interviews, and I do anything that I possibly can on my Twitch to help artists really just get exposure and really help the underground scene out in general, you know, whether it's rap, R&B, or whatever the genre is. So with that being said, I kind of want to get straight into this. So the question that everyone is wondering: who's DIV7NE? And if you don't know, you need to be in jail for criminally underrating this group, man. This is one of the most talented groups that I think I've heard in a while. While I haven't heard a collaborative effort from them, I want to take the time out to really just review and go over some of their projects and really just kind of tell you guys who they are, man. So with that being said, we're gonna start off with the names of the artists that are involved in DIV7NE. So we have Javi, we have KJ, we have Javi, Darko, we have Skny, we have ITEE, we have Authentiq, we have Yo OG, and we have Ghul. So with that being said, we're gonna get to the first project by my guy Javi the Divine, man. His project Paint Chips. I want to start off by saying that I think that this project really is probably one of my favorite projects to drop this year, man. Kind of going from start to finish. I don't know if I wanna. I'm gonna go through every track. I'm gonna go through every track. Wesley Snipes' Blade was a cool intro. It wasn't like a super standout-ish project to me. I think that a single to me, but I think that it's a really dope single in general. Just kind of starting the project off, it didn't really do too much for me, but I think that this project has a lot to offer, man, with songs like Napoleon Hill, Nina Lisa, Sahar Sarah, Lazarus, Cole Anthony. The only track that I really wasn't feeling like that was the last track, but the reason why is not because it was a bad track. I'm just never been a fan of leaving long instrumentation alone with nothing being said on it, unless it's like a beat tape or something like that. But if it's like as an artist, I feel like you're kind of taking away from the project. But overall, I think that the subject matter on here, I think the schemes and everything it was incredibly dope, man. I really think it was a vibe, and it's cool because so with DIV7NE, they don't hesitate to have each other on their projects, man. Like in the opening, you see KJ there, and I think KJ did phenomenal. I definitely think that he dropped a fire verse, but I'm starting to think that this man might not have a bad verse in him. He really might not have a bad verse in him, and that's scary to me, man. Because when you have that echelon, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like damn, like no one can wash me, but. Nah, I think overall the project is really dope. You see features from Javi, Darko, you see KJ on there, you see Authentiq on there. I think that it's a really fire project, but my personal favorite is Nina Lisa for sure. It's one of those songs that I occasionally just ride to by myself, man, like, and I just listen to because I really feel like it inside, it really just allows me to be in a more comfortable state of mind. Really, I think that is really soothing music. So if you haven't already, I would definitely recommend that you check that project out, man, because I definitely feel like it's one of the top projects out right now of 2021. It got my stamp, man, the Q stamp. So also we have KJ. If you haven't checked out my recent videos about him, you should definitely do that. I did an exclusive review when I literally only knew about him initially, but then the more I got acquainted, the more I started to realize this rabbit hole goes a little bit deeper, man. So he's another artist who also dropped this year. Verbal Art is probably, I would say, my top 5 projects that dropped this year for sure. If I'm talking underground and mainstream, it gotta be in my top 5 for sure. I talked about this project a lot. Y'all guys already know kind of my standouts with Poetry and Meditation, 97 Firm, Rap Creek. Really, the whole project doesn't really have a skip to me. Like, there's no skips in it. Life's Too Short. But again, they follow a repetitive theme, you know, of making sure that they get their artists on their projects. With Jakeem being on Rather Unique. On 97 Firm, you have Jakeem, Skny, and Be Light. You have Skny on Life's Too Short. And I just think that overall, I think they're all talented as far as their pen goes. I don't think that there's anything super lackluster about what's going on. I think there's some shit that needs to be polished out a little bit, but outside of that, Verbal Art is for sure another one of my top 5 projects. And if you haven't, again, go check that out, man. Going into the next song though, we have just a single, just because, you know, I really want you guys to be able to go back and listen to some of these and kind of decide for yourself how you feel about these tracks, and then come back and have a conversation with me. So one of the songs that is from another artist in the group named Javi Darko is Hunter S. Thompson, and I feel like it was a cool song, man. I think that kind of just listening to these artists, you can tell. I think that with a bunch of artists who want to form a group, it's one thing to have lyricism, it's one thing to actually be well enough to rap, but I think it's different when you get a bunch of collectives who are or you have a collective of a bunch of people who are artistic, right? I think that it's one thing to have a group of rappers like, I don't know, Slaughterhouse, but it's a difference to have a group full of people like Future who are just artistically sound together. And I think that it's cool because with Hunter S. Thompson from Javi Darko, I think that the song offers a lot as well, and I definitely think that he's also a talented artist from the features that he's done and his own single, man. And with that being said, that kind of takes me into the next artist from the group that honestly I was really anticipating this project just from the feature that she had on KJ's project, on Life Too Short, and 97 Firm. But I just felt like she had that same cadence or that same sound as Storm. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm pretty sure she was from the West Coast, but she just had that sound. So for me, I was super excited to hear it. And I wasn't disappointed by the project at all. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, her name is Skny. The project is called Sound Decisions, man. So I might do a little bit more of a deeper dive on this project just because I haven't really talked about this project that much. But starting out with the talk, I feel like the talk speaks to me a little bit more personally, just because I feel like you know, I'm from the South, you know, come on now, Jacksonville, I'm from Florida, man. So if you don't know, hearing Outkast on the intro just talking about, you know, saying the South got something to say, I feel like it's personal to me, just because the South do got something to say. And I feel like there's more often times than not, like outside of like the shit about killing and stuff like that, the South really don't get a lot of play as far as shit with real subject matter. And I want to make more of a conscious effort to put on artists who are from the South, who does have something to say. And so for me, it's a little bit deeper when you have that intro, because I want to be a part of the South that's, you know what I'm saying, standing up and speaking out more for us, man. So the talk for me personally is a super dope way to start the project. And then we start getting into the song. So for me, No Slums is easily probably the best song on this project, man. And I don't even really think that it's anything to second guess about it. I think that KJ, Eddie, and Skny really they did their thing, man. From verse to verse to verse, I think that no one really, like, you know how sometimes there's that one verse on there that you're like, I'm not listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm skipping this. Like, I don't want to hear this. I don't feel like there was a verse like that on here. So I definitely think that No Slums is probably the standout track personally to me. One of the things that I will say though about the project, because while I do have things that I like about it, the standouts like No Slums, Enigma, oh my god, I'm tripping right now. And Exit Strategy, the talk, I do think that, and Ghul Links, I do think that there's things that need to be polished around it. I think that as far as the mixing goes, I feel like with Matrix, it has potential. Like, it has that drive slow homie vibe, but I feel like the mixing on it could definitely be a little bit better. I think that Do Shit could definitely have a little bit better mixing just as far as that goes. And on Ghul Links, I definitely feel like, from what I've heard and what I feel, I definitely feel like there's room for a better verse to be written. Like, I definitely feel like there's more to be given. But outside of that, I definitely feel like there's no question in my mind that the next project that follows up, when the sound is more polished, that shit is gonna go even more crazy, just because I feel like as an artist you have that given ability to be talented. And I think exit strategy, I'm not gonna hold y'all, exit strategy was a close second to me to No Slums. Well, not a close second, but it was definitely my second favorite track off of this project. I think that's a hell of a way to go out. I think that's a fire ass outro. One of my favorite outros that I've heard overall out of all of these reviews that I've done. But yeah, man, Skny is a really talented artist, man. And if you haven't, definitely go check out Sound Decisions. All of these links are going to be in the description below, so don't worry about having to go try to look for it or nothing like that, man. I'm gonna link you guys in, man, really through Spotify, because I don't use Apple Music. Yuck, disgusting. So with that being said, we have ITEE, which really, when I checked the, the profile, there was only one song on there, Drugs With Me. But I think that something that's not really hinted about a lot, especially with underground artists, are the ones who can storytell. And I definitely think that there's, listen, man, it's another one of the things where the capability is there. I really feel like just off the one track alone, there's a lot of fireness that could come from this. And I'm super excited personally to hear the project. I think she's in the work for one right now, or they're in the work for one right now. But nah, man, I definitely think that there's some talent there. So I can't wait to see what comes from that. Next, we're gonna get into the artist Authentiq. It's not how you think it's spelled. It's AUTHENI''Q, man. So with this project, my Authentic Valentine, I fuck with Be My Shadow heavy, man. Be My Shadow and Simple, I think that those are two standout tracks. I mean, Mental Satisfaction was cool and Reflections was cool, but like, I think personally for me, I think Be My Shadow and Simple are really fire. I feel like you have more of the olden sound voice, like not like the 90s or the 80s, but more so like in that 2000s era. And I think that that's good, because I feel like you truly do, you can sing, like no doubt without it. Like if it was up to me for a song that I have in the tuck, I would have you sing it. I think that you have true talent, and I definitely think that I can't wait to see more music that comes from this as well. If I'm not tripping, I think this artist has a project coming out too, man. I think they have a project coming out for sure. But with that being said, I definitely fuck with Be My Shadow, and I definitely fuck with Simple. So that's another body of work that I really think is dope. And then we have Yo OG. So he just dropped this EP maybe like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I'm not sure. It's his project Grand Course Combo Meal. So I had a chance to listen to this project through and through. I've probably listened to this project more than 10 times, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like with this, I don't think the word is lackluster for it. I think that the word for it is more so, I've seen the potential, and I know that there's more to be pulled from your artistry, man. I think that and that's not a knock to you. I think that there was definitely songs on here that I fuck with, and I think more so often than not, over half the project I listen to, whether it's Entree, it's Food, it's Run, Circles, it's something that I listen to. Even I listen to Know Better a couple times, so I feel like it's definitely there. I just think that as far as the subject matter goes, I would love to hear more. I would love for you to dig a lot deeper. And with Relish, I feel like it's kind of the same thing as Ja King's outro. I mean, both of them had like a quote, or I don't know how you would say it, but they had that quote that was in there where someone was talking for like half the beat or whatever the case may be. But it's a lot of instrumentation that's kind of left there. And for me, I feel like you can optimize that by, you know what I'm saying, giving us some words to leave with from you specifically, and not from the clip. So that was kind of just my little tidbit. But outside of that, I really fuck with Run a lot, actually. Like the subject matter in Run and the way that you were taking it, I feel like I related to it a lot personally, just because in my city I feel like certain people want to have just negative energy with you, and no matter how positive you try to be, you don't want to reflect that energy. So the best way to move is to get away from it. But I definitely feel like this project is something super dope. I think that the ceiling for you is definitely a lot higher, and obviously, you know what I'm saying, we're all just getting started in this, so I don't hold this as like a bad project or anything, and I really don't want it to get lost in translation, that my mind is thinking that. I want you to understand that I personally feel like you're gonna have projects that like are gonna make this something that we don't even talk about, and I can't wait to see what unfolds from that, man, because I definitely feel like as far as subject matter goes, I always feel like that with every artist. We all have a story to tell, and I feel like every time we put a project out, we get better at telling our story, and it's just more of an evolution. So I can't really wait for the next evolution of you as an artist. But if you don't know, this is the DIV7NE. There's one artist that I didn't touch, but that's because they don't really have music out like that, and that's Ghul. But besides that, I think that all of these artists are talented, and I think that so far they've had a hell of a year, man. Like, a hell of a fucking year. Like, I can't name a better 7 like that's put out this much music that's like as artistic as it is. But with that being said, man, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer, man. The only thing I want to say to you guys is if you haven't, make sure to sub to the channel. Let me know what your favorite songs of the projects were if you are hip to the DIV7NE, man. And not only that, but if you're an artist who want to work with other artists, make sure to reach out to me. I'm trying to create a network here, man. I need y'all help in helping me make a network. I want to make a network so that way we don't have to feel the pressure of making it into an industry to get those networks. We can just kind of come together as a conglomerate and have that for ourselves, man. And not only that, make sure to hop over and follow my Twitch, man, because listen, we about to take off with this whole promo run going on for this competition that I have. So stay tuned for that, man. And with that being said, thank you guys for coming. If you watched this long, man, I appreciate you. Much love, and I can't wait till y'all see the next video, man. Peace.